One, obviously, where you got hit by that bullet in Butler. There's a lot of frustration that we still don't know about that shooter in Butler. And we don't know about his communications. We get stonewalled all the time asking questions about it. Is there frustration on your part? Will we get transparency? Will we know the bottom line story?
It's very interesting because we have great people. I think.
Was the Trump assassination in Butler fake? Was that a fake assassination attempt that one person sadly lost his life? And if that was not fake, can you just imagine that somebody actually attempted to assassinate a now president of the United States? That attempt was when he was campaigning, and now he is president, and nothing is being done about that. There are investigations that this administration, this Trump administration, is resurrecting. Is it resurrecting? There are investigations that they are trying to bring back to life. But hang on. You are now the president of the United States, and somebody actually attempted to assassinate you. One person was shot dead, and you are not. There are no congressional hearing. FBI has not been called to come and testify. The DOJ is not saying anything about the investigation. Somebody actually died. And Trump, who doesn't let anything go, Trump, who likes to win all the time, is not saying anything about the investigation. But Trump will say, you will tweet about Trump, Trump will respond. You will make memes about Trump, Trump will respond. But somebody actually attempted to assassinate Trump, and everybody is silent. You have to try and do an investigation to find the motive. Were people involved? Why was there lapse in security details? What is the FBI actually saying? Have they interviewed those who were in charge of security on that day? Or was it fake? Because now even staunch supporters of Donald Trump are starting to ask questions. Why is it that nobody is talking about this attempted assassination? And looking back at the video, to me, the first time I saw this, I will say it again. I said it was fake. Why? Because Trump needed something to turn the tide to his favor. Trump needed something to get people to be like, they are trying to kill him. That means he's right. And that happened. But if that wasn't fake, look at this video. Look at this video. First of all, go back to this video. Look at this guy. You seen this guy? What is he doing? What is he doing? The president has been shot. Somebody is filming, doing commentaries. Nobody is running. Everybody is still there. And look at the guy. The guy went and brought photographers. They want the perfect shot. They are looking for the perfect shot. You see? Perfect shot, perfect angle. Perfect shot, perfect angle. Go back again. Look. Go back again, guys. Watch this.
Either that or
okay?
We don't know. Either that or they're covering him.
They don't know? That is somebody filming from the outside. And the guy went, brought photographers, ushered them where they should, and then that is the American flag being lowered. This is like a movie scene. This is the perfect movie scene. And you see, grabbing even this woman. Look at this woman. Look at this woman. Pulling the photographers, make sure that they get the perfect video, perfect picture.
His ear.
And then after this,
Here. He's walking.
Trump said he was going to speak about this only once. Just come on, Americans. You guys are better than this. You guys are better than this.
Oh no.
You guys are better than this. Look at this. Getting the perfect shot.
It could just be his ear.
Nah, come on, guys.
He's walking.
You guys, definitely you guys are better than this. Imagine if this was real. Donald Trump doesn't stop talking. Because Donald Trump loves himself so much. If this was actually real, this man would have been talking about this till date. Because he loves himself. Everything is about me. All he says now is, I took a bullet for you. Did he actually? Or was that the perfect fake assassination attempt? Yes, one person did die. Even the person who died, we haven't seen his wife. What has happened to the wife? Are there any investigation? The guy who shot that person, what was his name? Something Crook. Why are there no investigation? Why are they not checking his background? Why are they not trying to find out if he had any, what was the word they use? What was his motive? What was his motive? So that he was shot, he was killed, case closed. Because when things like this happen, they do investigation so they can make sure it doesn't happen again. They do those investigations to make sure that it doesn't happen again. And now people are talking. People are starting to ask questions. Because we all know Donald Trump. Donald Trump will never stop talking about this. But the best way, just like the Jeffrey Epstein file, the best way to make sure people don't start to ask questions is to shut up. When people always say, why did Biden not release the Jeffrey Epstein file? Why the previous administration? Because they knew that they had their own people who were part of it. And that is why they kept their mouth shut. But guess who came and didn't keep his mouth shut? Donald Trump. He didn't keep his mouth shut. And that's why he himself made people to start ask questions. Because the more you talk about it, the more people will be asking questions. And that is the reason why they are not talking about this Butler attempted assassination. Because they don't want people to ask questions. Because if you start to talk about it, if you start to raise investigations, people will start to ask questions. But you cannot tell us that there was an attempt on the now president of the United States during his campaign to be president, and now he's president and nobody is doing any investigation. The FBI is not doing any investigation. If this truly a true investigation, if a normal civilian, there's an attempt on the life of any civilian, the FBI will investigate, because that is the only way you stop that from happening again. You investigate so that you can, because very soon campaign will start. So if they did not investigate that, how are they going to know to beef a security of presidential candidate or even congressional candidate? So this thing, and thank God, Trump supporters are now starting to ask questions. But where are these questions going to lead to? Where are these questions going to lead to? Because there's something fishy. The first day, I said this was fishy. Because I knew that Donald Trump was going to do whatever it took for him to win the election. Because if he did not, he was going to go to jail. So Donald Trump was going all out. He was going in all out. because he knew that if I don't win this election, I'll be in jail. I don't want to finish the rest of my life in jail, because it's not going to be, though it was going to be really tough for Americans to put their own president in jail. Maybe house arrest, but he didn't want that. He did not want that. So he did whatever he could, and he won the election. But people are asking questions, and you should be asking questions too.